Hi Aries, I am here to do your weekly reading for you. So let's get a spirit animal oracle. Whoa, this one just jumped right out. The coyote spirit, trust in divine detours. Okay. And now let's get a moonology. You have work through your fears. Well, we'll have to see how things go. Okay, let's get an overall energy for you. Beautiful. We have the One of Water. A beautiful new emotional experience, a romantic relationship or deep friendship, awakening of psychic abilities or spiritual insights, a love letter, or possibly a new home. So this is a great energy to have for the week. Yeah, it really is. Okay, so let's get a few cards. Beautiful start. You have victory. Okay? That means you have won a victory over something. Don't know what it is, but you won, so that's awesome. It's about somebody going off to battle and coming back victorious. So something in your life recently, potentially, you had a challenge with, and you won. Yay! All right. You have the Knight of Cups. You're romantic and charming and in love with love. You wear your heart on your sleeve and you thrive on all things beautiful and are inspired by the many creative outlets that are available to you. And what's kind of neat is it comes out right under the One of Water, which is like the Ace of Cups. And just in case you're curious, at the very bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups. So maybe love is in the air. Okay, get another card. The Two of Cups. This is a very cup-oriented section here, isn't it? The Two of Cups is about having a relationship, meeting somebody, or potentially already knowing them, but having a relationship that's a really deep connection. You know, maybe a partnership, but it's based on shared values, compassion, and unconditional love. And you also tend to see the divine in others. So nurture these new relationships as they hold potential for the future. Okay? But now at the bottom of the deck, you have the Nine of Swords. So that's saying that something in your life is really bothering you a lot. Swords are thoughts, and they can come from things or fears, anxieties, a variety of things, but they are thoughts. And so you need to deal with them and remove them from your life, okay? Let's see, what's this say? Work through your fears. And this came out right under that. Okay, let's get some more cards, go a little bit deeper. Oh me, oh my, we have a Tower. Okay. Towers can be self-imposed or kind of thrust upon you. They tend to be abrupt. They can be anywhere from small things to really big things. It could be things that, aren't that important. Again, all the way up to things that are extremely important. And I don't know that information. You either do or will what's coming, if it happens. Remember, these are energies. So if you change your energies, it's quite possible these energies change as well. However, you do have trust in divine detours, which I could see how that would relate. Work through your fears. And you do have this Nine of Swords. But along with that, you also have a wonderful relationship, a romantic night, and victory. So let's get a few more cards. See if we can put this together any better. Ah, beautiful. You have the Empress. The Empress is a wonderful card to get. She is the mother archetype, and she is extremely abundant. Creativity just flows to her, and she is bringing a new project into being. Your divine feminine energy flows through you as you grow and nurture your projects. So that's a beautiful energy to get. Yeah. And look at this. At the bottom of this deck, we have the Ace of Cups. There's I don't know, it's quite interesting what's going on here. Whoa. And guess what just flipped out? The Six of Wands. And guess what that is? The Six of Wands. So your very first card was the Six of Wands, and your very last card is the Six of Wands. So you have something really, really interesting going on. And I mean, like, both ends of the spectrum. And look at the bottom of the deck. You have the Devil. So you have some absolutely excellent cards, and then you also have some very troubling cards. Like I said, both ends of the spectrum. It's really, I'm not sure. Odd? How's that? Okay. So I think we need to definitely take some clarifying cards. But let's look at this quickly. The Coyote Spirit, trust in divine detours, which means, yeah, things are happening in your life currently or soon that are going to be like a detour. And usually when I get that card, that tends to mean there's something like this going on, or something that might be seen as unfavorable on the surface. But what this is saying is trust in that, because it's going to lead you to something better. Okay? And you do have here, work through your fears. And right here, I do believe these two are extremely related, because this is not going to serve you in any way. So that could easily be the Devil energy. Matter of fact, they're right, this whole line, right? Work through your fears. Here's probably fears or anxieties, or it could come from things which caused fears and anxieties. But bottom line, it's your thoughts, right? And so I would, I'm almost sure that this energy is related to this, okay? And the new moon in Scorpio is telling you, work through these, get rid of them. And by working through them, sometimes you have to take one at a time. Sometimes you can take, a group of them. But what's going on here is it's to the point that you cannot think clearly. Okay? So that would be the devil energy, I'm sure. And it could be the tower, or, part of the tower. Very interesting, very opposing energies here, okay? But you do start with the victory card and you end with the victory card. So no matter what, you are going to come out victorious here, okay? So don't stress too much. But it is saying trust in divine detours. This could be that. This. But in the middle here, there's love. And your overall energy for the week is the beginning of something that is filled with love and joy and happiness. Okay? So it is possible that this started, and I would guess it probably did start before this time frame, and you're dealing with it now. Okay? I don't think, you could get that stressed in one day easily, but because this card came out, work through your fears, right? I tend to think it probably began earlier and you're getting to deal with it now. But do look at all of this beautiful energy in here. The love, victory, a beautiful relationship that is filled with unconditional love. And here you have the Empress, which is an extremely powerful, beautiful energy. And she is like the mother archetype. So she's there with her heart. So you have some beautiful energy here, along with some pretty, I don't want to say traumatic, but unwanted energy. How's that? Okay, so what you need to do, just what this card says, is work through these fears. If you have to take one at a time, do it. And a lot of times I'll say, try to think about, the one that's bothering you the most, or however you want to do it. Maybe it's easier to start with the one that bothers you the least. I don't know. But try taking your emotions out of the equation and think about them just as moments at first, if you can. Okay? Because you will probably find that some of those swords do not have the power that you might think they do. Okay? And then those would be much easier for you to work through and eliminate. And anytime you can get rid of one of those swords, you're doing yourself a favor, because it makes you feel a little bit lighter and a little bit less stressed, which makes it a little bit easier to work through the rest of them. All right? And of course, if you need to cry, if you need to attach emotions to it and cry and all that, that's fine. It's great. But you do need to work through these. And that will take this away. Okay? And by what else you have going on here, I would say you are definitely actively working through these, because you begin with victory and you end with victory. And in the middle is love, love, and more love. Okay? So the only card inside of this group of 6 that isn't filled with either victory or love is the Tower. Okay? So you have an awful lot of help on your side. And here, these overall main energies, the biggest one, the main one, is a new beginning that's filled with love, happiness, and joy. So I would say, like I already mentioned, that this probably started before this coming week. You might have been dealing with this for quite a while. but you're working through it. It's going to be gone or on its way out the door. And this is saying trust in the divine detours. Maybe by going through this, you will realize how much lighter you feel, how much happier. There is so many benefits to getting rid of these swords. And I know firsthand. Okay, I'm not just talking talk. I know. These can tear you up, but when you deal with them, get them figured out, take away their power, transmute them, release them, life is so much better. Okay? You have this tower, and I would imagine that tower could easily be related to this. It might not be, but it could easily be related to it. We'll take some cards and see if we can find out any more information. But again, try not to get too stressed over this, because everything in here, other than this one, is beautiful. And even this has the potential to be awesome. Because if you're in this situation, right? Nobody wants to be there at all. And so if it takes a tower moment to feel light and free, a lot of people would opt for that tower moment. Okay, so let's get a few cards to see if we can get some clarification. Let's start with the tower and see if we can find something out here. Page of Cups. Okay. Well, interestingly enough, that's another page energy. So, or not page energy, that's a cups energy. Cups, cups, and cups. So there's a lot of cups, which is all about love. And now the Page of Cups, what they're all about is learning how to connect with others and have healthy relationships. Okay? So if this is tied into here, maybe it is relationship related, or it could be a wide variety of things. But there is some involvement in there with how either you're dealing with people, a person, or something that happened between you and a person. Okay? And the more I look at this, the more I do think that this tower is part of this. Okay, work through your fears. You're working through your fears, which is the devil energy. Over here, trust in divine detours. And then you have the tower. But between the two, you have victory. And this is talking about having healthy relationships, learning how to. So, since this is a general reading, I really don't know details. But either you do or you will have an inkling of what's going on. Okay? So let's get a card for the Nine of Swords and see if we can find anything out about that. Look at this. Absolutely beautiful. The Star. That is a beautiful energy. The Star, there's a couple of things they say about that card. And one of those is that it is a good omen. I'm going to set it up here so maybe you can see it a little better. That it is a good omen. And they also say when that card comes out, make a wish, because it's a very lucky card. Okay? It's a powerful time for inspired action, channeled through your authentic self. Be open to possibility and stay true to yourself. Have faith and trust in the universe, and you will share in its gifts and blessings. Okay, so maybe the Star card is coming here to help you through this energy. Okay? It's a powerful time for inspired action. And let me tell you, this would be inspired action. If you're setting out to deal with those swords, not stick them in your back pocket, but actually deal with them, that's inspired. And that takes courage. Okay? Be open to possibility and stay true to who you really are, which is 100% important when it comes to this. If you are not true to you, then you probably will not be successful in getting rid of those swords, okay? And do have faith and trust in the universe, because the universe is here to help you. And I think this star card is too. Okay, now let's take one for the devil. Wow, yeah, this reading of yours this week is really at either end of the spectrum, which is extremely interesting, but for you it might be really distressing. It's distressing to me too, because I don't like to see anybody go through that. Like I said, having been there myself, it's terrible. Unless you know how to work through it, and even then it's still terrible. I didn't know how to work through it, and I had to learn. And once you learn, though, there are benefits to that. You will never get back in this position again unless you allow yourself. You might have moments of angst and an occasional fear or something, but this won't happen to you again. Not if you keep in your mind's eye on how to prevent it. So it is a lesson well learned. Okay. Here we go. Clarifying the devil is the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups, you can see here, this person is looking in these 3 cups, and they're not looking in the cup from the universe. So that can cover a broad range of topics. But typically what's in these 3 cups is something that's making the person sad or angry or in despair or dismayed, maybe apathetic. It could be a variety of things. But what this person needs to do is look in this cup from the universe. And you have it right there. That's your main energy. It's over all of these. It's your main energy for the week. Okay? So that's clarifying the devil. So that means probably you are looking in here, which supports the devil energy. If you look in here, it will not support the devil energy. Okay? So if you haven't already, you need to look in this cup right there. She sits, this gorgeous energy from the universe. Okay? Deal with these swords, and I do think these 2 are totally linked. That will totally get rid of this. Deal with the swords. Look in this cup, which is right there, which is beautiful. It's filled with love, happiness, and joy. Now, who doesn't want that, right? Do believe that you can have it. A whole lot of life is what you believe. Okay, and over here, the Tower, clarified by the Page of Cups. So it is possible that there was a link somewhere with another person. It could be anything. Again, you either do or will know. I do not. Okay? But it could be a variety of things. It doesn't have to be romantic relationships at all. Matter of fact, I think every one of us has lived through something where we get our feelings hurt by something, and that makes a sword, right? And because we're so emotionally attached to it, if we would look at it without the emotions, we might find that whatever they said, they had absolutely no idea that it was going to hurt our feelings. Or even if they meant to. If we detach our emotion from it, we might find there is absolutely no need to get stressed over it. You know, it might have been really dumb. Who knows? But so that's not the answer for everybody. Everybody has to figure this out in their own unique way. But I personally found out for me, that was one step that I would take first, or one of the first things I would do is look and see what this was without attaching emotion. You know, look as if you are an observer sitting on the outside looking in. And then oftentimes you find that whoever said whatever they said didn't mean it, or the way you took it was thoroughly attached with some emotion. Okay? Anyway, I should stop doing that because this is not a lecture on how to deal with swords, right? But you have a lot of help here for you. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Love. You have the Empress, which is a mother archetype. She's here for you. And remember, your reading began and ended with the exact same card. And that is the universe's way of saying, I meant what I said. That's one thing. And the other is, that means you start with victory, you go through your things, and you end with victory. So you're going to be just fine. Okay? Okay. So now let's get some cards from the universe and see what they would like to share. Yeah, you have an absolutely beautiful overall energy for the week. Love, happiness, and joy. Get out of that bed, deal with those things, and go have some fun. Fill your life with some happiness. And maybe realize that you are a victor. Or would that be pronounced victor? Okay. First card. I think this is... Oh, I don't even know if you can see these. I was so busy chatting. This, I think, is the universe's way of confirming, yeah, lots of stress. You feeling like you're left out in the cold, alone, not really knowing what to do. Okay? I do not believe that that's telling you, oh yeah, you have the Five of Pentacles. I think it's addressing what you're going through. If you look at the shape of their stance, it's very similar, you know? So I think that's what's going on there. Next card. Oh, this is an awesome energy. The Knight of Wands. That knight is awesome. Okay, now remember, all knights are the hardest working cards in the deck. So that knight is working very, very hard. And it might be part of what's helping you get out of this. You're adopting some of this energy. And that's a powerful energy to take with you. So is the Empress. Okay, that knight is charged up with energy, passion, motivation, enthusiasm. And you are channeling that energy through your inspired action. Fueled by ambition and confidence, you are here to make things happen. Okay, so yeah, that makes just like total perfect sense. That you are using this energy, or will be, to help you get through this. And I think that's a beautiful choice because they are very strong. Knights are. And that particular knight would be perfect for that. And you also have the Knight of Cups, which would be the loving side of helping you get through this. This is the go-getter, ambitious side to help you get through this. You have a lot of help getting through this moment. The Empress too. And this new person, if they're new in your life, the unconditional love, they would be there. The Star would be there, or will be there. And even the Page of Cups. You have an awful lot of people that must care about you and energies that care about you. Angels, the divine. Okay, this one didn't fall out. And that talks about you've reached your first milestone. So it's time to take a rest. Okay? So what that is saying to me is you must be working through these. And something I haven't mentioned, but you don't put yourself in a box somewhere and deal with all of these, get done, and go on with life. That's probably not healthy. The way to do this is when they surface, or you would start out, if you're that heavy laden with them, dealing with X amount of them, what's right for you. And then go on and do happiness, have your new start, and then if something surfaces, you deal with it. Okay? But this is saying, after you do a little bit of this, it's time for you to take a break. You've reached your first milestone. You've dealt with so many of these swords. Now, take a break. Take a walk in the woods. Take a vacation. Do something where you're not dealing with heaviness. Okay? So there you go. There's your reading. And remember, these are in my way. You start with victory and you end with victory. And you have the Empress. So this reading has just gone from one end of the spectrum to the other. It's actually ending up quite beautiful. And you will be so happy. You will be working through that. It'll be almost like a different life. Okay, let's get a charm. And I don't look, so I have no idea. And when the universe wants to tease me, this is where they do it. No, they're giving you an owl. Put right there. And owls are all about wisdom, knowledge, transformation, and change. And I can tell you, this is extremely transformative when you work through that. Intuition and trusting the mystery. And even the coyote spirit says trust in divine detours, which is a mystery. So, the owl is just confirming what a beautiful job you're doing. Okay? I hope this helped. And I hope that you're able to work through everything just fine. You have lots of help to do it. The Empress is beautiful. The Star is beautiful. And you have victory from beginning to end. And your overall energy is beautiful. You can do this. And remember, if you need any help, you have help here for you, literally. I mean, you have the energy of it, but there is help here for you. Okay? I hope this helps. Much love. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.